Hey there, Darkstar here. Just messing around today. Doing a little more experimenting on missions. There's an airport I like to fly in and out of. It's the Valdez Airport. PAVD. And it's tucked away in this little corner here. We should come down here and hit this little piece while we're down here. Didn't notice that was missing. Actually, we'll probably hit it automatically because we're going to fly out of this airport. So probably don't need to do anything special. I'm curious if this is going to be live weather right now because the winds are pretty crazy down there. I was just flying the wind 52 down there. I don't like how they have you start in the middle of this plane.
Ready for boarding, Ryan.
Well noted.
Ryan isn't boarding. I think I forgot the fuel.
This may be just another day at the office for you, Captain, but for everyone here, it's a special occasion. On board, you're taking one of our friends, Michelle, and her brother for a nice scenic ride over the region. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Engine started. Let's go.
Switch. A little hard to see there.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er. Request taxi for west departure.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er. Taxi to and hold short of runway 6 using taxiway Bravo Charlie. Contact tower on 122.9er when ready.
What happened?
Taxi to and hold short runway 6 using taxiway Bravo Charlie. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er.
So happy to be flying with you today, Captain. I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Ryan, Michelle's brother. I can't believe we'll be up there in a few minutes. Can't wait.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, tree 49er at runway 6 ready for departure. Departure to the west.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er, altimeter 299er2 west departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 6.
Takes a while to boot up the GPS.
Cleared for takeoff runway 6, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, tree 49er.
You're really gonna make me take off runway 6? I really want to take off runway 24, which would be this way, because that's the way we're going. Let's do it anyway. Let's see what happens.
We're leaving the ground behind. What a rush!
Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er, continue for west departure.
Awesome! I see the town. Look over there.
Everything down below looks so tiny.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, tree 49er, continue for west departure.
Hey, I can see my house.
I saw it as
see
well.
my house
I actually
from
managed to
here.
get a picture.
Call me sentimental, but I'll cherish this memory with you for the rest of my life.
Oh, turn too steep.
I don't want to leave this seat.
Well, you're gonna have to.
Check this view, guys. Now look at my arm. Goosebumps.
Yikes.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra
Summit
Tango,
Delta
tree
Sierra
49er,
Tango, tree
1,000
49er
feet to
tower.
land.
Altimeter 299er2, fly straight in runway 6.
Fly straight in runway 6, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, tree 49er.
Oh, you're talking.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er, wind 041 at 12, cleared to land runway 6.
Cleared to land runway 6, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, tree 49er.
So the sky over our region is like your office, Captain. Best job on Earth.
Oh, what an apt metaphor. I've never heard that one before.
Welcome back, aviators. Are you okay, Michelle? Ready to give it a go again?
Fantastic flight. 5 stars. Would totally recommend it.
Great time from start to finish. Thanks, Captain.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er is unfamiliar with the area. Request directions to the airport.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er. Airport is 12 o'clock 1 miles.
Yep.
So smooth.
So smooth.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er. Turn next taxiway.
Oh, you're kidding me. You're gonna make me go all the way to the end? Well, not all the way to the end, but it's pretty far. Oh,
Summit
you
Delta
suck.
Sierra Tango Tree 4. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree.
Locals don't get impressed easily, but you really pulled it off. Thanks for this nice ride.
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking via taxiway. Summit Delta Sierra Tango Tree 49er.
I won't turn off, that's interesting. I should have made a catalog of how much, what percentage of this each different thing takes, like all the different aviator ones and what they cost. Might have to go back through and see if I can get at least the bulk of that. Okay, so we're pushing towards S tier here. Might need some other mission type to move up faster. Okay, let's see if we skip these phases, what we get.
Finally a chance to share what flying is all about, Captain. Your guest today is David. He's got his cousin with him. He lives around and has been dreaming of exploring the region for a while. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Let's do it!
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110. Request taxi to the active. Departure to the west.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110. Taxi to and hold short of runway 6 via taxiway Bravo Alpha. Contact tower on 122.9 when ready.
Taxiing. Hold short runway 6 using taxiway Bravo Alpha. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110. Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110, ready for west departure at runway 6.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110. Altimeter 299er2 west departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 6.
Cleared for takeoff runway 6, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110.
We're rush.
This is a rush.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110. Continue for west departure.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 7110, continue for west departure.
Now the streets. Never expected to see all this.
It's amazing. I recognize everything down there.
I want to remember every moment of this.
So I find it's best to fly just inside the blue ring, or at least to the inside of the bracket.
Everything is in such sharp focus from up here.
If you look, it says stay within 0.5 nautical miles of city, and we are 0.49 nautical miles from city right now. And there might be a little bit of a buffer on that, but it's definitely on the, you want to stay closer to the inside of this ring. Doink.
Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110, 1,000 feet to land.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110, Tower. Altimeter 299er2, make straight in runway 6.
Fly straight in runway 6, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110. Follow the aircraft on final.
We should learn
Wind calm,
ATC
clear to land runway 6.
No one in the family would understand us.
It'd be like a secret code, just for us.
Cleared to land runway 6, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110.
Welcome back, aviators. Are you okay, David? Ready to give it a go again?
So cool. Thanks.
That was amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, I say, since we're gonna have to drive all the way down to the end anyway, why don't we just fly all the way down to the end? Let's see, right now mission score is 967, 9657. 9657. Let's see what happens if we land like pretty far down the runway. I think commercial airliners are supposed to land by these boxes on the runway. It's like not here, but these next ones. There's where we would have pulled off if it would let us.
So smooth.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110. Turn next taxiway.
This is definitely not live weather. I wonder if it'll let you do night.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110. Contact ground on 122.9er.
122.9er, Summit Delta Sierra Tango, 7110.
Always cool to see your own region from a new perspective. Looks like they enjoyed it. That was a great flight seeing session. Cool.
No more missions out of here, that's too bad. However, there is a cargo mission out of here. Why isn't it drawing a line? Maybe it's not valid anymore. So this would be interesting. This would take us over the mountains here, into that valley. I don't know how much it's going to cost me to get a plane here. Oh, what? I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. Oh my goodness. Oh, I really didn't want to do that. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that sucks. I was gonna buy a plane. You know what, we might need a lot of extra fuel. Last time we tried to do a mission in here, the mission failed. It's a neat plane though. Apparently it was designed and built for FedEx. Oh, we get some weather too.
Skids are designed to withstand turbulence, but keep a steady flight speed and adjust accordingly. A timely and secure delivery will ensure that everyone is satisfied.
Papa Alpha Kilo Alpha traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree. Taking off runway tree 1. North departure. Papa Alpha Kilo Alpha traffic.
TAWS system test. Okay.
Okay, so we got a taxi down. Waiting for our GPS to come up here. What are our cautions? Let's see. Ice protection. What is the, okay, it's warm out, but when we get in the air, I think we'll want to get some protection on. I guess we don't really have any passengers. I don't know what altitude we're supposed to climb up to. Oh my goodness, this is painful. Let's try using the knob. Watch it here. Oh, it's faster than the other thing. Okay. Oh, let's see. We want to take off that way. Okay, flight plan is loaded. Terrain relative. Okay, altitude arc is on. Okay, weather, terrain. So it's telling us to climb over this insanely high mountainous area. At least over 10,000 feet. Okay. We'll give it a shot. Electrical looks okay. Windshield heat prop, airframe, inertial separator. I'll go with that. It's okay, I'm good. We have 11 hours on this particular airplane. We know what we're doing, right? What could go wrong? The turning radius of a bus. Flying. Am I gonna get taxi speeding? Let me get on my rudders and everything, my rudder pedals.
Center, Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree is type Cessna, 1 miles northwest of Papa Alpha Kilo Alpha, 200 feet. Request flight following.
Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree, Anchorage Center, squawk 7614.
Squawk 7614, Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree.
Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree. Radar contact 1 mile southwest of 1 Zulu 9er, 1,500 feet. Altimeter tree 019er.
just a little faster than our best climb.
So, Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree is cleared to Papa Alpha Sierra Tango Airport as filed. Squawk 7614.
Dang it. Interesting route. So we're not making it over the mountains here. We'll come off to the side. We'll have to go around. I think we'll make it. But we can always cut right across there and then figure out where to go from there. We could just go right around that one too. I don't know why this one's to divert you over and go over the higher part of the mountain there. Let's see. I need to turn some lights on in my cockpit though. Real one. So good. So a little tip on these Garmins, the purple diamond on the HSI here is your wind adjusted track. So this is your heading. So we're pointing at 312, but our actual track is 318. And then the heading bug, HDG is whatever that is. So, and of course that's your flight path marker that says where you're actually heading in space. So you can see we're lined up with the boxes, meaning we would be on course. And then this is your indicated airspeed bug.
10,000 feet.
So if I didn't think we were going to make it, what I would do next would be lower my indicated airspeed bug. Like that. So I could lower that to like VY and climb faster. I didn't know those were like 3D boxes. They have a direction. Wow. All right, and our pathway is clear, so we're clear over the mountains now. This is your trend vector. So airspeed trending up. We'll pull some power out now that we're not climbing. Kind of get more of a cruise configuration
Summit
going.
Delta
Delta Niner Tree.
Sprung a leak. Yeah, the route's clear now, so we're good for any mountains. There are some mountains on the side we could come close to, but they're not in red even. That's a weird sound. I don't like it. Not having anything overhead in this plane. We're gonna get a good bad weather bonus still. Let's do some sim rate, I think. I think we're okay on engines and everything. We're in the green. Outside air temperature is -4. So I don't think we would have water streaming over the window at -4. We'd have ice trying to build up. layout. Inset map. Or HSI map. I don't think we need it because we have this. OBS, CDI, we don't want to change those, obviously. 7614 already. It is on altitude. Oh, cool. Best glide 110. Up ahead, weather-wise. The formatting of this text is pushed over too much, so it's like into the screen. The past.
Sierra Delta 9er tree. Contact Anchorage Center on 1 tree, 2 decimal tree. Good day.
1 tree, 2 decimal tree. Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree. Anchorage Center. Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree. 12,000 feet.
Anchorage Center. Altimeter tree 006. Radar contact. Continue to Zama.
That these are not safe at all, especially in mountainous areas. So right now we would overfly past, do like a procedure turn. Like it's probably this way, and then come in. If we don't want to do that, what we need to do is come up here and delete this waypoint. And then instead of overflying the airport and doing the turn, you'll go straight to straight and then into final. So if you change this to straight auto, it'll be more like that. That should be fine. We could even go to like Pat W or come over to 15 AK or something. So let's try that. Let's go how to do it, actually. I guess we could... Let's just do Pat W. Gotta turn that off. And then here, we could do TUNLL. Turn that off, enter, and then go delete. Then delete this one. I don't know a better way to do that. We're 15 minutes to top of descent. Synthetic vision and maps are just game changers for IMC conditions like this. I don't know how accurate they are in real life. Okay, 12 minutes. So this is where we're going to diverge from our blue boxes.
Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree. Anchorage Center, Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree, 12,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree. Anchorage Center, altimeter tree 005. Radar contact. Continue to TUNLL.
TUNLL.
Summit
Tunnel.
Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree. You can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination.
I don't think so, friend.
Center, Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree would like to cancel IFR.
Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner Tree. IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
To Summit. I should find my Summit Airlines here sometime. Is that a rainbow? Like to go back to normal sim rate for top of descent. Okay, so up there somewhere should be the runway. Don't want to hit the barber pole. Okay, this is a visual, so elevation's 2,500 feet. Heading's 221. Don't know is what any of this looks like on here. Let's see if we can. Okay, so we should be flying over all of these mountains and then up. Don't do is run into any mountains. thinking that mountain ahead of us is probably going to end up being in our way.
Papa Alpha Sierra Tango traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Delta 9er tree. 10 miles southeast, 7,900 feet. Inbound to land. Runway 21. Papa Alpha Sierra Tango traffic.
Catch up on our descent when we get out there. Okay, autopilot off. Out. Good headwind, not much crosswind. That'll all change as we get closer to the ground.
Papa Alpha Sierra Tango traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner tree is on final. Runway 21 to land Papa Alpha Sierra Tango traffic.
400. 300. 200. 100.
I'm gonna hope it's that gray bar in the middle there. Brakes. Meaning I didn't need to use brakes to slow down.
Papa Alpha Sierra Tango traffic. Summit Delta Sierra Delta Niner tree is taxiing to parking. Papa Alpha Sierra Tango traffic.
Awesome flight, Captain. Thanks for getting us here safe.
This should be interesting on the bad weather scale. That's not too bad. That should hopefully get us firmly into S tier here. The question is, what rep bonus did we get? Did we get the 10% one or the 20% one? Right, because now we're S tier, so it should have been 20%. So that is a mission that went across a reputation level so that we can see if the rep bonus applies to that mission or after the mission. My guess is, based on the order of things, it's going to be, we're only going to have got a 10% reputation bonus, and next time we'll get a 20, assuming we, well, I guess what happens if you lose your rep bonus too? But I didn't like spending the $500,000 on that, but hey, it worked. That's good. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So we did a cargo. think I've chrome off, right? Okay, good. Have to pull up the mission details. How far back did it start? Further back than I thought. Alright, so it was a 3-star mission. 259060 was the listed reward. From PAKA to past, it was 163 nautical miles and listed as 1 hour. Alright, and then the scores were 90, 100, 95, 100, S tier. And then the payouts were 167120, 23240, oops, 65280, and 40670, for a total of 296,310, giving us an average score of 96.25. So we made 98.68% of the original expected pay. And we only got a 10% reputation bonus. And I haven't figured out what no skip bonus applies to yet, but it may not matter. I'll try and figure that out. My guess is it applies to base income, which is what reputation bonus applies to. Which is how I'm able to calculate what the reputation bonus actually was. It's actually the sum of base income and no skip bonus is what it applies to. I should update that. Base income plus no skip. Okay. So we have an answer to that question now. What was my mission score? I don't know that these mean anything yet or not. 969,353 decimal 3125. Like it's not 98%, so it's not a simple like, oh, you get that percent payout or something. Like this one, it was only 723,000, right? And then the payout, I made 92% of expected. So I don't know what these mean, if anything. I do know that when I skip a lot and everything, I make about 72%, 70 to 72%. And when I don't skip, I'm making in the high 90s usually. Except that one was a little lower. I guess it was that one. This was like a light cargo and this was like a medium cargo. Oh, interesting. All right, well, that's interesting. I need to remember that I moved the 408 up here in Alaska. I come up here and do some medium cargo missions, especially in the bad weather. Not that it pays all that well. Where are these going to? All the way back up there, huh? It's almost more fun now to do employee missions because the only mission that really makes me any money is the 737 missions. Suppose we should do one of those just to make a little bonus cash here. I think I'm down here. Is that the 737? Like there aren't any good jobs there either. So we've kind of worked our way down here into Malaysia and stuff, but there's no good paying jobs. Might have to pay to move somewhere that has bigger jobs. That's an interesting one. Fly to Uncle. Oh, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? Hope Uncle doesn't mean unknown. It's like it's a place, right? 29. Oh, big airport. Okay. BFR, really? ILS 29 Zulu. There's a right next to a little airport. It has its own code. And there's 3 NDBs, 4 NDBs, 5 NDBs, 6 NDBs, all right there. That's wild. Okay. Can we change this just to be like... then we want to do 70. Send to ATC and avionics. I don't like it that it's already crackling. Alright, so we want to get a screenshot of this page. Not really. We have the other one. I'll go ahead and do it just for completeness. Actually, maybe I'll just enter the data as I go here. It's an airliner, 3-star, 14561-950. I'll get where it's from and to in a minute. And the distance is 2579 and 6-hour flight. But I don't know if anybody ever wants to contribute anything. If you can give me that data that was on the spreadsheet, mainly like the difficulty, the offered price, hours, where it's from, where it's to, distance, then your scores and your income page, like screenshots of those. I can enter them into the spreadsheet and try to gather more data about how it works. Alright, we just want a little bit of fuel because we're going to do skips. That's going away in Sim Update 3. You'll have to fully fuel the plane and then it'll consume the fuel even when you skip. I have seen it with my own eyes. Alright, since we're doing skips, we won't do much setup. I'm going to do the absolute minimum setup again. I need to jot down exactly what that is. I like how the engines kind of slowly rotate. Kind of like they do in real life for some reason.
Good
Okay.
afternoon, everyone. Krasnoyarsk, here we come.
Minimum setup. Ground power on. And put both of these on nav. That's the only setup we're going to do on that. Now we do need to do the minimal
It's Suthida from your
MDCU
flight
setup
staff.
again as well.
We're ready to begin boarding. Waiting for your signal.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. The jetway is going to be connected.
Passenger boarding stop.
Ground,
You don't have
Summit
to do
Delta
that.
Sierra Tango 1714. I am done with the boarding.
ILS
Boarding complete,
1117.
Captain.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Could you please send the baggage?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Baggage is on the way.
Course 290.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Could you please send the catering truck?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. The catering truck is on the road.
Okay, I meant to do this at the very beginning. It's better to do that, but do it before you get here.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Ready to copy IFR clearance to Krasnoyarsk.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714 is cleared to Krasnoyarsk Airport. As filed, expect runway 20 right. Maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.25, squawk 5537.
Okay, and then
Cleared
just
to
dial in your...
Krasnoyarsk, as filed, runway 20 right. Maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.25, squawk 5537. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.95 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Captain, we're at 50% of fuel.
Request pushback. As soon as you get pushback clearance,
Ground, Summit
going,
Delta Sierra
cancel.
Tango 1714. Requesting pushback.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Pushback request accepted.
Luggage loading complete.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Requesting the end of pushback.
Once this says
Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Request to end pushback received.
skip to takeoff, we can skip to takeoff. Don't skip to taxi though.
You're cleared to start
Tower,
engines.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714 at runway 20 right, ready for departure. IFR to Krasnoyarsk.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714, QNH 1005. Cleared for takeoff, runway 20 right.
Okay, once you get here, landing lights on, taxi lights on, that should be all you need to do. You can do those. Oh, acknowledge.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 20 right. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
Auto throttle, level change, heading select.
Ladies and gents, prepare for takeoff. Please ensure your seat belt is fastened tightly, your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you.
Okay, fuel lights on. What we want to do is get your center tanks off. That's what it is. See, now that's gone. And then toggle button. Throttle, I mean, stick half forward. Up. And autopilot on.
Summit
Captain,
Delta Sierra
some passengers
Tango
are complaining about the turbulence.
1714 contact departure on 119.25.
That's
Good
not
day.
my fault.
119.25. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Departure. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714 is passing 2,700 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Departure. QNH 1004. Radar contact. Continue.
I like to flip that over there, give the map a little more room.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Oh no! What?
Climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Contact Bangkok Center on 120.5. Good day.
So acknowledge handoff, but don't auto.
120.5 for Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
Then they can't give you any more instructions. Alright, so guess as long as we're gonna go that long, let's go ahead and get on our tap, tap, exec, nav button.
Passing 10,000 feet.
Oh, probably need to hit altitude intervention here. another button that automatically sets the plane up for expedited 737 flights. Yeah, when you're skipping, like when you skip to takeoff and everything, it automatically sets everything up here that you need. Like even the packs are on, engine bleed is set up right, the APU's off, hydraulics are on. So you're pretty much good to go at that point. But I turn these on at the beginning so I can see my map and stuff, and then I turn just ground power on. The battery is already on for some reason when you start. If you start cold and dark, it won't be. So you might need to close that to get the battery on. But yeah, I don't use the APU or anything. When I'm trying to make money. Okay, 15,000. So when we come to 7,000, we'll be able to skip to descent. We will slow down the sim rate. By the way, we should probably have sped up the sim rate here. Doing that now. But you don't want to skip at accelerated sim rate. Okay, now sim rate is slow. We will skip. The problem is skipping often puts you like right on final, and you need a little extra time to get the radio communications. Yeah, see we're on final, so we go approach mode. See we're right on the glide slope, so we're already in approach mode. So now we just need to do our radio comms to an approach.
Krasnoyarsk approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714 is at 3,600 feet, climbing 17,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714, Krasnoyarsk approach, QNH 1004, radar contact, continue to IBK 48.
Reminder to set your...
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714, maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS Zulu runway 29er approach via KL 034 transition. Cleared to KL 034.
Maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS Zulu runway 29er approach via KL 034 transition. Cleared to KL 034. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
Go and start slowing
Summit
down.
Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Contact Krasnoyarsk Tower on 118.3 when inbound.
Okay, this is kind of delicate. Let's see if we can get
Tower
both
on
done.
118.3. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Krasnoyarsk Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714, 6 miles southeast, inbound ILS Zulu runway 29er approach.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714, Krasnoyarsk Tower, QNH 1004, cleared ILS Zulu runway 29er approach.
Cleared ILS Zulu runway 29er approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
So I'd slow down time again, you can really tell.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714, wind 258 at 9er, cleared to land runway 29er.
Cleared to land runway 29er. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
So we didn't get to talk to the passengers. So gear down. So I think I think that hurts your passenger satisfaction a little or something.
1,000.
Okay, 30, 138. Go, turn off auto throttle. Okay, we got auto brakes 1. Speed brakes armed. Gear is down. Auto throttle's off. We are armed for auto land. We'll let it give it a shot since we stabilized here. If it's seesawing, you probably don't want to let it land. At 30, start idling the throttle
50,
slowly.
40, 30.
There's 30.
20. 10.
That's not real pretty, but
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Did you copy?
and that bug happens all the time.
Cleared to land runway 29er, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714.
And then we played chase the exit.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1714. Turn next taxiway.
And just stop, come to a stop, and then skip. Some airports work, some don't.
Ladies and gents, we've just been cleared to land at Yemlianovo. Please make sure your seat belt is securely fastened. The flight attendants will be moving through the cabin, making a final compliance check, and pick up any remaining trash. Thank you. Dear passengers, we have not reached the gate yet. Please remain seated until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. Thank you. Ladies and gents, welcome to Yemlianovo. Local time is 3:35 p.m. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure to take all your belongings with you when you get off. Be careful when opening the overhead compartment since some of the bags may have shifted during the flight.
Shut up.
On behalf of the entire cabin crew, we would like to thank you for choosing Air Thailand. We look forward to seeing you again. We wish you a pleasant stay in Krasnoyarsk.
See, do we have power here? External power available 1. We do. We have ground power here. And of course you can just turn those off. You can get your lights off. Fasten seatbelts off. You could run the APU, start the, APU bleed for AC and all that stuff. That would be the right way to do it. Yeah. We missed several passenger things. Oh my goodness. Time to restart. Okay, let's see, scores 40, 100, 170, which gives us an A, which is going to lose us our S tier, I bet. We'll see. screenshot of that other one. Oh well. 8818610 1772270 42740 and 0. So that gave us a 20% reputation bonus. One of the lowest average scores I've got. Not the lowest, but way down there. Yep. And then we lost our S tier, so back to 10% discounts. I mean bonuses. Man, that sucks. And a lot of that is just bugs. I don't know what that 40%, that's the lowest passenger satisfaction I've ever seen in my life. But the radio comms are so screwed up when you're trying to, like you skip to descent and you have no time to notify the passengers. They need to have you way further out. At least twice that far. Although I wish you actually skipped to the descent. So you should be at your cruise altitude on your flight plan, you know, flying in, I don't know. I guess if there's a star, you should be at the start of the star, right? But those can vary in length a whole lot, so those may not be long enough, but or wherever along your route would put you at your cruise altitude is where it should skip you to. All right. But we made some cash, right? 10 million. It's not too bad. I'm wondering how we're gonna get out of here. Oh, let's not make this mistake. Let's restart it. And then maybe do one more. So buggy. Alright, Steam start. Did we lose sound or something? Weird. What did we make on that one? 296,000, yeah. I do think insurance is a little too expensive at the lower levels. So do we have anything going back to Europe? Yeah. Guess that doesn't refresh it, huh? I guess that's the best paying one out of here. We'll be lucky if the plane doesn't just crash. Alright. 3-star. 2566090. Uncle to LTI. 2689 nautical miles and 6.5 hours. Okay, let's clean it up. We're gonna skip, so it's fine. 36 right. Oh, we didn't send to ATC. I don't know why you can't accept the mission with the EFB open. It makes you close the EFB before you can accept. I need to watch some of the recent streams and see how the 1440p 60 frames per second is working instead of going the other way. 4K at 30 frames. There's supposedly some ways you can tell. I only see a ground power truck. Like I don't see... I think they said if you don't see stairs or something, it's not gonna work.
Good morning, everyone. Let's make this flight to Antalya a great experience.
goes. And that's how you crash your aircraft. And that's why, hopefully, we have top-tier insurance. Oof. What a piece of crap. Yep. Now you know. Now, how do we get out of here? We're gonna have to move or find an airport that is better. Let's put up a filter. Like, I don't know where in the middle of the Russian waste area there is a big airport. What it really needs to have is like terminals. There's a bunch of stuff up through here. Maybe we should work our way that way. How fortuitous, but this doesn't look like the kind of airport that's going to have terminals. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. We already checked there. Nope. That's weird. Problem is, you never know where the big airport's gonna be. Unless you know the region, I guess. Okay, there's a couple of new places. That doesn't look very big. Neither does this one. How many missions in some of those areas? I wish it would zoom in to where you're pointing at more reliably. It's funny how there's like a string of whatever's all the way down there. I wonder if we do, well, no, I won't let you here. What's the biggest airport around Moscow there? I saw something. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Not any missions. That's the closest one to going west. I wish they would pick up, like, you know, real flights in addition to whatever goobers they generate. But they also need to fix this thing where it crashes your plane and you can't reliably fly out of places. That's just some BS. So here, we'll just pay $24 billion to move my plane somewhere. What do you have for me today? Castrop. $17 million. We're lucky we'll make 11 or 12 million. Oh wait, one thing I wanted to do on these. Ah, I definitely want to take this one for a different reason. Okay, so this confirms that your payout depends on your reputation bonus. $5 million to transfer my plane. But yeah, when I have an S tier rating, this mission is worth 18.5 million. With an A tier rating, it's only 17.0 million. I need to write all of these findings down. Where are we going to? 27 left. So that would explain why some of the jobs are listed differently. And I'm pretty sure everybody has the same sets of missions and the same payouts, but there's like the core payout and then your S tier reputation bonus applied to it. Ship C.
Hi, Captain. We've got a great team aboard with Kajasundo's cabin crew. First Officer Ricky Astout.
Okay, send again. Double tap, 2 and 2.
It's Kaya from your flight staff. We're ready to begin boarding. Waiting for your signal.
What you put here.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. The jetway is going to be connected.
1093.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. I am done with the boarding.
We've completed boarding, Captain.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Could you please send the baggage?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Baggage is on the way.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Could you please send the catering truck?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. The catering truck is on the road.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614, ready to copy IFR clearance to Philadelphia.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614 is clear to Philadelphia Airport via the ODDO-1 Delta departure. Expect runway 30. Maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.908, squawk 7754.
Cleared to Philadelphia via the ODDO-1 Delta departure, runway 30. Maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.908, squawk 7754, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.905. Good day.
Currently at 50% fuel capacity, Captain.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614, requesting pushback.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Pushback request accepted.
Tow bar is set, Captain.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614, requesting the end of pushback.
Pushback is complete.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Request to end pushback received.
Luggage loading now complete.
You are cleared to start engines.
I don't have to start engines. Okay, lights on, signage on. This is set, that's set. Let's get takeoff clearance.
Castro Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614 at runway 30, ready for departure. IFR to Philadelphia.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614, QNH 1010. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 0.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 0. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614. Dear passengers, prepare for takeoff. Please ensure your seat belt is fastened tightly, your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you.
V1, rotate.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614, contact Castrop departure on 124.908. Good day.
Going to 124.908. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 1614.
I wonder how long we need to cruise to feed the passengers. Feels like it's a long time. To reconnect, get our mission scores. So I'm gonna see if I can get a better passenger score by doing more passenger things. That'll be my last experiment for tonight, I think.
Good afternoon, dear passengers. This is your captain speaking. Today, I'm assisted by co-pilot Ricky Astout. Welcome aboard flight DST-1614, inbound to Tinicum Township. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 7,900 feet and at an airspeed of 200 knots. It's 2:48 p.m. On behalf of all crew members, we thank you for flying with us today. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
on, when do these passengers eat? Let's climb up to 11, so we don't have to worry about speed limits.
Passing 10,000 feet.
I know. Why does it keep throttling down? What's the... So one thing you can do is put your altitude like way up. I think that's max altitude. And then what we want to do is go like vertical speed and then like plus 100. It'll be more stable. Then we go 4x. Nope. Like it's handling 4x reasonably well. There is another thing you can do, but it's pretty devastating when you turn it back off. you can do is you can pop these out and shut off the trim, so it won't do that. It'll be a lot more stable, but when you turn it back on, it does weird things. I've had it nearly crash my plane before. I'd watch out for that one. That's 16x.
Captain, our fuel gauge shows 25% left.
Our frame rate is terrible. Even now we're only getting 20 frames a second. I wonder if that's better in Sim Update 3. I know they changed the speed of the trim. It might improve that. So let's increase our throttle just a little bit. Come on, feed the passengers. Uh-oh. It has cooked itself. I can't get control back. Oh my goodness. It has cooked itself so hard it can't come out of simmering. Let's skip and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? This may be an abort. Yep, I can't get it to come out of. There's anything that's going to help us. Well, that's a new one. What? It's like the key. Maybe something weird's going on. See, it's got page up and page down both happening. Sim rate Alt R. May well regret that. I just unplugged the keyboard. Okay, unpause. Yeah. Oof. You weird ass piece of crap, man. What the heck? That's one thing I'm looking forward to on Sim Update 3 is this is faster. See, it's spamming page up and page down. What the heck? Okay. Now it stopped. wonder where the plane is. I guess it's got to be over here, right? Just didn't put me there. It's 8 hours to New York. Did I just see an 8.5? Yeah, to Washington. Okay, let's try that. Because we got to make our 8 million or whatever it was. Cost to move our plane. And why is my frame rate so terrible right now? You know what? Screw it. Bugs can take away my fuel, I can add fuel. Oh, that sucks though. The time wasted.
Good afternoon, everyone. Washington, here we come. Captain, our cabin crew is ready for boarding. Awaiting your instructions.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Could you please get the passengers on board?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. The jetway is going to be connected.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. I am done with the boarding.
Boarding complete, Captain.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Could you please send the baggage?
Here comes the
Summit
stupid
Delta
lag
Sierra
bullshit.
Tango 6712. Baggage is on the way.
Piece of
Castro
crap.
Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Could you please send the catering truck?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. The catering truck is on the road.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712 IFR to Dulles. Ready to copy.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712 is cleared to Dulles Airport via the ODDO-1 Delta departure. Expect runway 30. Maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.908. Squawk 7626.
Cleared to Dulles via the ODGO-1 Delta departure, runway 30. Maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 124.908. Squawk 7626. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.905 when ready to taxi. Good day.
Castro Brown, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, requesting pushback.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Pushback request accepted.
Castro Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, requesting the end of pushback.
Pushback complete, Captain.
Summit
Luggage
Delta Sierra
loading complete.
Tango 6712. Request to end pushback received.
You're cleared to start engines.
Castrop Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, at runway tree 0 ready for departure. IFR to Dulles.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, QNH 1010. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 0.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 0. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for takeoff. Please ensure your seat belt is fastened tightly, your seat is in the upright position, and your tray table is securely stored. Thank you.
Such a bumpy runway. I wonder if it's that way in real life.
V1, rotate.
Delta Sierra Tango 6712, contact Castrop departure on 124.908. Good day.
.908, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Okay. While we're climbing out, we'll get our course entered, 191. And double check our frequency, 1113. I think I put the wrong one in. So if you don't contact departure, they can't make you climb higher than 8,000. Okay.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. Today, I'm assisted by co-pilot Ronya Vestergaard. Welcome aboard flight DST-6712, inbound to Washington. We are currently cruising at an altitude of 7,900 feet and at an airspeed of 200 knots. It's 1:09 p.m., and we should expect a smooth flight all the way. On behalf of all crew members, we thank you for flying with us today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight. Thank you.
What in the world? Okay, what do we got going on here?
Potomac approach, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712 is passing 7,000 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, Potomac approach, altimeter 3005, radar contact, continue to CRLET. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS runway 19er center approach via Nooks transition. Cleared to NOXX.
Maintain present heading and altitude, expect ILS runway 19er center approach via Nooks transition. Cleared to NOXX. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Okay, Cower. God dang it.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Climb and maintain 7,500 feet.
No, thank you.
Climb and maintain 7,500 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Guess since we're only 500 feet off.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Oh my goodness.
Descend and maintain 6,500 feet. Descend and maintain 6,500 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Descend and maintain 5,400 feet. Descend and maintain 5,400 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
What are you doing?
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Descend and maintain 4,400 feet. Descend and maintain 4,400 feet. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Didn't they clear us for the approach? Why are they giving us step downs? We're on the approach. The approach has step downs.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Contact Dulles Tower on 120.25 when inbound on the approach. Tower on 120.25. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Dulles Tower, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. 1 tree miles north. Inbound ILS runway 19er center approach.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712, Dulles Tower. Altimeter tree 006. Cleared ILS runway 19er center approach.
Okay, now we're cleared for the approach.
Cleared ILS runway 19er center approach. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
It was just expect approach before, I think. Okay, auto throttle is off. We're gonna ease back to 143. Starting to see ground. Auto brakes are
Summit
armed.
Delta Sierra Tango 6712, Windcom.
Cleared to
Clear to land
land.
runway 19er center.
Increase the throttle a little.
Clear to land runway 19er center. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
Okay, final flaps, increase throttle a little. A little slow. Shifting, making us be a little fast.
Approaching minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
officers out. Oh. Accidentally tapped the brakes and shut off auto brakes. Okay, we don't need much brakes anyway.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Exit runway when able.
That likes to move the hold short on us. Let's hope it doesn't.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Contact ground on 129.55.
129.55 for Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Ground, Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Taxi to parking.
Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712. Taxi to gate Charlie 6 via taxiway Yankee 7 Yankee Echo.
Taxiing to gate Charlie 6 using taxiway Yankee 7 Yankee Echo. Summit Delta Sierra Tango 6712.
I have a feeling it's a long way around here. I'm rather inclined to just skip to shutdown. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip. Bus simulator, man. Triple 100s and an 82 passenger? Wow. Alright, let's see what we got here. 11559-130, 1160130, 42220, 1265600, totaling out to 14,027,080. That adds up. That gives us a 75% payout, 95% overall score. So 12.7 million earnings and 1.3 million bad weather bonus. And we don't get anywhere near back what we lost. If we could do that every time, we would stay S tier. It's just too many bugs. Alright, well I figured out a lot of things tonight I wanted to figure out, so that's good. So I'm trying to figure out how the career payout system works. So we're making good progress. So I see one person on. Hi. I was gonna head out unless there's anything you wanna see. Feel free to say hi in the chat or whatever. If not, I'll probably drop off here pretty soon. Gotta go do all my data entry for the day. All right, well, have a good one.